How's it everyone, this is Lolcohol, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing some layout tricks that you can use to get through the campaign more quickly. A lot of people absolutely despise the campaign. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the game, but with these tricks you should actually be able to cut off a couple of hours from your campaign time, especially if you're someone who takes 10 or 12 hours. If you implement all of these, they will help. This video is just going to be Acts 1 to 5. Then the next one will be Acts 6 to 10, and then I will either put out a third video that has some important general tips for leveling more quickly, or I'll slot it in at the end of the next video. Not sure yet, but let's jump in. These are all going to be very basic tips. If you don't know them, learn them because they are very important. Alright, first tip is going to be in the mudflats. So in this area you need to find the 3 little seashells on these things over here, these little piles. Now these are going to be kind of linked up by these dried up streams. You can see it here, it does this little loop like this. These are going to attach to one another, so if we follow this, here is the next one. Also be sure to check your minimap because you'll see little exclamation marks. Here's another one. It can be quite hard to see. This one kind of makes a break, but if you follow it, try follow those and it should lead you to the other one. Sometimes it will lead into the boss or into the main river. Like you can see, this one goes off into the sea. But just as a general tip, see if you can follow these little dried up paths and it should help you out with finding the next rower nest. Now once we made it into the submerged passage, I'm not going to talk about the layout, but this is a very important concept which I call a portal drop. So once we make it to this little bridge in the submerged passage, what we're going to do, drop a portal here. We're not going to go to the flooded depths right away. We're going to drop this portal and then we're going to continue on our way either up to the ledge or all the way up to the lower prison or upper prison level 1. If you're not very fast, rather just take the ledge waypoint, and from there you're going to head back to town, and then you take this waypoint. This is a way to prevent backtracking. So if you didn't do this, you would do your flooded depths, then you'd either need to run out and continue this way, or you would need to take the waypoint here and then backtrack where you've already been. So by doing this, you instead can keep going forward without moving backwards. So the flooded depths was once a dreaded area, but now this is actually a nice little tip. So this area is kind of laid out like a diamond shape, and the daddy crab is always going to be opposite your spawn area. It's not going to be this way, but I'm just trying to explore the area a bit for you to show the kind of shape in which it is. So you can see this corner, this is sort of like the one point of the diamond. So imagine this is a diamond, we're spawning in this corner of the diamond, so I know the daddy crab is going to be here. If you spawn in this corner, you know the daddy crab will be there. So let's continue and we should find good old daddy crab up this way. There we go. Here is daddy crab, directly opposite this corner. So don't get lost in the flooded depths ever again. One tiny little pro tip, it's not going to save you tons of time, but if you follow these blood trails, you can see this one on the ground here, that will lead you to Brutus. It's not like you're going to get lost in here, but sometimes there will be either a left or a right that you need to take, but if you follow this, it'll take you straight to our friend. Now in the prisoner's gate, first thing you want to do is find this little ridge over here. You see this ridge? If you find that, that means you're going the right way. Don't keep following this path all the way to where you find piety. Just find the ridge, go down it, and then you're going to see this little canyon. Follow that. And then keep going until you find the ship graveyard. Merveil's caverns, try to follow the water if you can see it. So where there's water here, it's not super obvious. Kind of keep that nearby. It's not an exact science, but if you go way off the path, you'll see we find a dead end. But if we kind of follow this water, here's water, here's water, here's a bit of water. This is going to be a dead end, isn't it? There's some water. Here's more water. Oh, here's more water. And then you should see there's the little thing. So yeah, try and keep the water in your view. If you're going way off into a weird corner, it's probably not going to lead, but these little watery patches should point you at least in the general direction of Merveil. Same thing for the next level. Now in Act 2, all of these roads will lead you to the objective. Should lead you to the next entrance or to Creighton. But let me just demonstrate. Here we go. Follow the road, and here is the thing to the crossroads. Now in this area there is the den. Generally you do want to do that on League start because that quest gives you a second Quicksilver Flask. So let's say you make it all the way up here, you haven't found the den yet, it's only going to be off the path. What you can do is another one of those portal drops, grab the portal, and then you're going to run to the crossroads, grab that waypoint, and then you will take this portal out and look for the den, which is here. Now in the den, I usually follow this left wall. I just hug this left wall, almost always leads you to the mother bear. There we go. There we see she is. Just hug that left wall, slay the mother bear, go collect your Quicksilver Flask, and continue. Now one of my favorite tips in the Chamber of Sins. By the Ancient Reverie device, you're going to get a waypoint spawn. It's either going to be here, it's going to be here, or it's going to be here. Now, the direction of the exit is always in line with the waypoint. So if it's over here, you're going to go down. If it's over here, you're going to go this way. In this case, it's over here. So 100% guaranteed, here's the exit. So remember that waypoint points in the direction of level 2. Broken Bridge, same thing with this road. If you follow it, it will take you to Creighton. Obviously not all speedrunners do this. They have some other tech that they use, but just to show you, this road does lead straight to Creighton. Riverways, same thing. Follow the road. Make sure you have some kind of movement skill that allows you to traverse the broken bridges. When you find them, where are they? I didn't get any this time around, but if you don't have Flame Dash, you're going to have to take a long route around. So here we go. Here's an example. If you don't have Flame Dash, you can't do that, and then you have to do a long way around. But what we're going to do, once we get this waypoint, something you can do is go straight to Oak. Now, the way to find Oak's entrance, you see this broken road and these 2 destroyed pillars. If you follow this little broken road, it's a bit hard to see, but you can see they're broken cobbles. I'm just following this. Sometimes it breaks away and you lose track of it. There it continues over here. Keep following that, and there you see, here's the entrance to the wetlands. And once again, road leads straight to the next area, the Western Forest. Now in the Western Forest, what we're going to do, first thing, get that waypoint, so follow this road. And here's the waypoint. Now, Alira is always going to spawn on the same side as the waypoint. The Weaver's Chambers are going to be on the opposite side. So in order to find Alira, what we're going to do, keep following this little road until you see this brazier here. Now, that is the direction in which Alira is. And once again, there is this broken road. You can see these little submerged rocks over here. If we keep following that, that will lead us to Alira's camp. You can see it here. Sometimes it does get a bit hidden, but try keep your eye on it and then you will find Alira. As for the Weaver's Chambers, once you've done that, you can go down and get the quest over here when you kill these dudes. And then open up the way to Act 1. Or you can go straight to the Weaver's Chambers. Now, that's going to be on this side of the road, and what we're looking out for are the spiderweb covered trees. Once you start seeing those, that means you're going the right way. So down here, probably too far down. It's usually more opposite the waypoint. We're looking for trees covered in spiderwebs like this. See, these are normal trees. These are normal trees here. But over here, these are spiderweb covered trees, which means, hey, it's the Weaver's Chambers right over here. So keep a look out for these specific trees, and that should point you in the direction of the Weaver's Chambers. Now for the Vaal Ruins, this is an area you might want to study some layouts, but just as a general tip, I try to either follow a sort of S pattern or a full loop pattern. So let's see here. In terms of an S, what I mean is we go down and to the left, sort of southeast, and see if there's any way that goes down this way. It doesn't seem like it. So now what we're going to do is more follow a Z pattern. So up like this, then I know it's probably going to be in this direction. And then it's going to go up this way and then again down this way. Up this way again. Then it's going to go down this way. We should find the exit here. Yeah, this is where this would be. So you can see this is a Z shape. What I would recommend, get a character with very fast movement speed, run this area a bunch of times, and you'll start noticing the patterns. So it's either a Z shape or an S shape or a loopy loop shape. But that's what I'm thinking when I enter this area. Now the Ancient Pyramid, this is going to be 3 levels. And again, it's going to be in a sort of diamond formation. In the first level, the exit is going to spawn in one of the corners. So it's either going to be here in this corner. If it's not over here, then it'll be in this other corner up here. And if it's not there, then it's down here. For the next couple of levels though, however, it's always going to spawn in the opposite corner of the diamond. So if I see this corner, I know that it's going to be exactly opposite. So I'm going to make a beeline for that. I'm not going to go anywhere else. You see, it's directly opposite. You could draw a straight line between these 2 points. Same thing for the next level. Here is the corner. So I know it's opposite that corner. We're going to go down this way. And there you go. It is in the opposite corner-ish. That is it for Act 2. Let's hop into Act 3. Now in the slums, first thing you want to do is locate the entrance to the sewers. And once you get here, you're going to drop a portal. Now in this area, something I like to look out for are these little bridges and stairs. I usually follow those, and those will lead you in the right direction to the Crematorium. Once again, not an exact science, but at least something that points you in the right direction. So you see there'll be stairs here. Yep, go up the stairs, up the stairs. Once you're on this little bridge causeway, keep following that. That will lead you to the Crematorium. Now, once we're in the Crematorium, what you want to do is do your trial and do piety. You're going to kill them. And then something a bit weird. This is softcore only. You're going to allow your character to die. I'm not going to be able to do it on this character because he has too much life. But you die, and then you're going to get a thing on screen that says revive at checkpoint or revive in town. What you want to do is revive in town. So we will pop up in town, just pretend I died. And then you're going to take Clarissa, get the key, and then take your little portal and you'll pop out to the sewers. In the sewers, you're always going to find one bust before the waypoint and then 2 busts after. So the bus, here's the first one. Once you've found that, what you want to do is go find your waypoint, which should be over here. And then on this side, there will be 2. There's either going to be 2 down this way or 1 here and then 1 further up. The Battlefront's also very straightforward. I normally just hug this wall for a little bit, then turn this way, and that should lead you straight to the waypoint where you're going to grab the waypoint and the ribbon spool. Over here, grab this. Then continuing this way, you're going to find the docks. And then continuing up and to the right, northeast, you will find the Solaris Temple. So let's just find the docks over here. This is a great place to level up. And then you're going to take the waypoint, head up to the Solaris Temple. In the Lunaris Temple level 2, you want to sort of follow these carpets. It's sort of the same for Solaris Temple, but the carpets don't always lead you straight to the exit. But one case where following the carpets is useful is just at this junction right over here. So this carpet, this will point you to the door. If you go this way, however, this will be a dead end. As you can see, dead end. But over here, if you follow the carpet, this will point you in the correct direction. I normally just chill on these carpets, try to follow the main one, but as you can see here, it sort of breaks. So not 100% exact, but let's see if we can follow these carpets. Oh no, it's a dead end again. Oh, here's a carpet again. And then you can see the little waypoint over there. If that pops up on your mini-map or your overlay, then follow it. Now, Lunaris Temple level 2, bit of a painful place sometimes, but at least one way you can know if you're going in the correct direction is to find a set of stairs that lead up. So once we find that, like here, this means we're going in the correct direction. There's going to be 3 sets of these stairs. Here, final set of stairs. Now, once you make it to the top here, you're going to see these broken carts. On the one side, there will be 2. There will always be 2 on the one side. On the other side, there's always going to be 1. Now, you want to go in the direction in which there is only 1 cart. If you go in this direction where there are 2, this will be a dead end, 100%, as you see. If you go this way, however, where there is 1 cart, this will lead you in the correct direction. In the Imperial Gardens, first things first, what you want to do, find that waypoint. There we go. It should be here. Yeah. So it's normally straight. Don't do what I did where you turn. It should be along this path. Now in the top left corner, or at least the top corner, you're going to find that trial and Ciosa's library. You want to do this trial. It's always going to be up here in this corner. Once you've done that, you can TP out, head back to the waypoint, and then to find the Sceptre of God, go this way. Well, I usually go this way. Sometimes the layout's a bit weird, but once you start seeing these cards, these black guard cards, follow those. Here's another one. Is there another one? Ooh, a little brazier. And hey, look, it's a Sceptre of God. Now the Sceptre of God, each of these levels are laid out sort of in a circular pattern. We can do a full explore just so I can show you. Level 1 is a teeny bit different, but you should see it is a circular pattern. Now, in each of these circular patterns, on each level, there will be what I like to think of as corners, but obviously circles do not have corners, so maybe think of it more like a quadrant. The exit will always be in one of these corners / quadrants. So you can see it makes a nice little circle. And in each of the levels, it'll either be, let's say, here, or here, or here, or here. Normally in level 1, I think it only spawns in the top ones. Correct me if I'm wrong, but let's go check out the next level so you can see that it is a consistent pattern. So here, you can see this is the one quadrant of the circle. And we're going to try stay out of the middle and check each of the other quadrants. So this is a potential spawn for the next way up. It's not in that one, so we're going to look in this one. Bad luck, it's not in this one, so we know it's in that final quadrant, which will be right over here. See, there we go. So follow this pattern for all of them. Once you get to the final level, where you free the Scion, her little cage will be sort of in the middle, and Dominus is always going to spawn in this top side of the circle. There aren't a ton of tips for Act 4. The mines, I normally go up and to the left, south, no, northwest. Northwest-ish. That's what I'm thinking when I'm in here. Just keep going northwest in this direction. That will usually lead you straight to the exit, or at least close enough, as you can see. So thinking northwest. In the mines level 2, there is another portal drop trick that we are going to do here. So let's say that we find the exit before we find Deshret's Spirit. Deshret's Spirit gives us a passive point and I think a couple of regret points. So you absolutely want to do that quest. But if you find the exit, don't just continue on. Exit should be around here-ish, I think. I also sort of think northwest with this part, but I don't know if there's another trick. Yeah. So we didn't find Deshret's Spirit. What I want to do here is drop a portal, then continue to the Crystal Veins, get that waypoint, and then go to town, take that portal, and then find Deshret's Spirit. And that way, you can find Deshret's Spirit without having to backtrack through all of the mines level 2. You'll find her thing, hand in the quest to Tasuni, and then you'll be able to continue on from the Crystal Veins. Heading into Kaom's Dream, there are some advanced tricks, but normally when I enter this area, what I'll do is hug this wall, kind of. And then we are going to find a nice, pretty bridge, not this one, but this one. When you find this bridge with the waterfall, you know you're going in the right direction, then just follow this way. The main point I'm trying to make here is when you enter this area, don't go straight or this way. It's never going to be this way. This is just wasting your time, as you can see. So first thing I do is hug that right-hand wall until I find this river waterfall of flame, and then continue on that way. Last little tip of Act 4 heading into Act 5 is at the Ascent. So over here, first thing I'm doing is heading sort of straight up, and there will be this ridge. Hop up that ridge and you should immediately see this dirt track. Now we want to follow this dirt track and you'll see this bridge. Cross the bridge, and then immediately after that I'm heading straight northeast to hug this wall. Then you should find this very thin pass that goes past this little crevice, or I'm not sure what you call it. Keep going here, and then this direction you should find the lever. So if you look at it, what you're going to do, come out here, hop up this ridge, cross the bridge, and then hug the right hand wall. And then right at the top, once you can't hug anymore, turn right. You should see this little exclamation mark. And then we're going to head into the slave pens for Act 5. Slave pens, I like to hug this left-hand wall and then head down southeast. I'm very bad at directions. And keep trying to hug this southeast wall and going down and southeast as much as possible.
I cannot do this yet.
So it should turn down here again. And then once we've gone down as far as possible, this should be, yep, keep going down, 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 down as much as possible. Then it's going to turn this direction and then go up. So we should see the crow guy over here. Yep, here he is. Bye, Overseer Crow. In the control blocks, you have to find the Myers meter that gives you an additional passive point. The way I think of this is sort of straight. The Myers meter is going to be straight in line with the exit. Now another little pro tip here, and a reason you want to have a movement skill like Flame Dash or Leap Slam, are these broken fences. Here you can see the fence is whole. Here you can see the fence is broken. You can jump down that. That will save you some time. Maybe the way I think of Myers meter is, again, as a simple way is hug that left-hand wall. And we should find it over here. Yeah, there we go. So again, you can hop down this wall, boing, grab the Myers meter, and go this way. So maybe a good way of thinking about this is just hug that left-hand wall. Now, once you've found the Myers meter, you're going to continue in this northeast direction. And we should hit a wall where we cannot keep going that direction. But that's what I'm thinking. Then it's going to go down this way. Whoops. And here is the crow guy. Now, because I've completed the campaign, the square is now the ruined square. When you first enter this area from the control blocks, you're going to be spawning down this side. You sort of just want to head up in this direction. So northeast, you should find the exit. Now, something important is that this area, the ruined square, is a set layout. It's not going to change. So I know that the entrance is always going to be here. Once we come out of the torch court, we do this little loopy loop this way, straight up and to the left, up and to the right there, and then there is the ossuary waypoint. Once we're in the torch courts, or the non-torch courts, before we kill innocents, this area is a straight clockwise direction. So you can sort of hug the left-hand wall, but it's always going to make a loop. So I'm thinking, okay, go straight that way. Now I'm going to go all the way down this way as far as possible. This should be a dead end. Now it's going to force me southwest. And then it should be right here. Yeah. Over here, Chamber of Innocence. You can see it sort of makes a clockwise thing. What you want to avoid doing is going into the middle. So just go around the edge and then up and you'll find the Chamber of Innocence. Now, in the Ruins Square, you're going to go into the ossuary, collect the Staff of Purity, and then continue on this way. Now, what you want to do, keep going this way, keep going this way. I head up here. Once you find these steps, again, we're going to do a portal drop. We're going to use this to get to the rooftop later, and then the Reliquary is always going to be in the same place. So I kind of find this wall and then sort of head down a bit this way. Reliquary should be right over here. Here's the Reliquary. So this is a place that you can get a character with good movement speed. Just run it. You're going to see it's the same every single time. But after dropping that portal, I sort of head diagonally southwest, hit this wall, and then once I hit this wall, I keep going down. If you go too far this way, you're going to pop out behind here and find the area that normally leads to the place in Act 10, the control blocks. But yeah, find this hard wall, go straight down, and then we're going to enter in the Reliquary. Now in the Reliquary, we're going to have to find, is it Valakos, whatever's. You're going to have to find the 3 pieces for the quest. And these are always going to spawn in the corners. So one will be here. You can see. And then we're going to find the other one, which should be in the next corner. Over here. Yep. And then we find the last one. This is the important quest as it grants a passive skill point. So you do want to be doing this when you do your quest. Alright, so after getting this third one, what do we do? There's a couple things you can do. You can run straight back to the waypoint and then take that portal that we did by the steps leading up to Kitava, or you can allow your character to fall asleep by taking damage, respawn in town, and then take the portal that way. In this case, I'm not going to be able to make my character fall asleep, so we're going to go to the waypoint, head back to town, and then take that portal up to Kitava. So the reason that we do this portal drop is that we don't have to now take the ossuary waypoint or come out of the Reliquary and then run all the way back. Instead, we've just popped out right here. And then once you're in the cathedral rooftop, just run in this direction. That is going to be it for this part 1. It's already been quite long. We will do part 2 very shortly. I'll try my best to put out that video tomorrow, and then hopefully a third video with some general tips. If you have any other pro tip layouts, do let me know in the comments. It would be nice if there's enough really good layout trick comments for these acts that I can possibly do a third video saying tricks you might have missed. But let me know what you think. Is this going to help you out a bit? Did you know any of these? Alright, take care, stay safe, and I will catch you in the next video.
Divine power! Divine power! It's branching exile. You're making me nervous.